Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it. So was I right? Were we not with sound before? I was worried that we didn't have sound. And then I'm looking, and this says error, and then we have a giant fly.
It's fine.
That's in the room.
We should have, we have sound. It says we have sound.
Crazy, crazy.
Welcome to our Thursday night live stream. If you are new here, our Thursday live stream is where we like to just hang out with our subscribers and answer questions that anybody may have, primarily on keto, carnivore, that kind of stuff.
But the floor is open.
Whatever. You can ask us anything within reason. Before we get started, a couple of really exciting announcements. At least It's exciting for me.
It's exciting in this house.
First of all, Element released their grapefruit today.
Yeah.
So this is absolutely my favorite flavor of Element. I already ordered 8 boxes and probably going to be ordering more because it's only available for the summer, and when it's gone, it's gone. So I left a link down below for it. So it just released today to everybody.
Oh, JVR is here. Hey, good to see you.
Guys. So yeah, it's available now. As always, we always like to tell you, like, you know, it can get expensive. The cheapest way to buy Element is to do the 4 boxes where it's buy 3, get 1 free, because then you're getting a free box and it significantly lowers the price. We do not have a coupon code. Element does not do coupon codes. However, if you use our link down below, they will send you a free 8 sample pack. So you get an extra 8 free sticks every time you use it. And you can use that link over and over and over and over again.
And give the jalapeno one to someone you love, right?
It's good seasoning.
It is a good seasoning, but like don't grab it blind out of a pack. Caleb did that on his way to work and was like, "What?"
Next thing I wanted to tell you is I just got home. I had some diving students today, and I got home to an awesome package that I did not know was coming from Keto Brick.
Guess what?
If you missed out, Bell's Brownie Batter is coming back this Sunday. Again, it is very limited. So my suggestion would be order it after I order my 45.
Well, I was going to say,
because I have like 25 left, and I'm going to order 45 more.
You are going to have to fight your daughter and your mother-in-law in order to get this.
Yeah, because I don't share them.
Because no one in our family was expecting that this was not going to taste like kidneys.
Right.
Everybody thought it was going to taste like organ meat. Like, he was going to do his best, but like, it was going to taste like organ meat.
No.
It does not taste like that. It tastes flippin' amazing. So stinking good.
Yeah, so that will be available this Sunday it's 12 noon, not Central.
Pacific
Central
Mountain?
Time. It's 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
There you go.
That's what I can tell you. It's 1 o'clock p.m.
Eastern.
And how do I know that? Because I got in trouble once for trying to order it at 12 noon when we were at church.
We were at church.
And Rachel was like, "What are you doing?" Trying to order Keto Brick.
I find him in his truck. What are you doing?
Ordering Keto Brick.
Refresh, refresh, refresh.
Oh, I missed it. So anyway, that will be available. If you use our link and then you use the code 2crazyketos, you get $12 off your order if you order more than 2 bricks.
Marianne is here, and she says, "I already got my 4 boxes of grapefruit. Absolutely my favorite flavor as well." So, like, yeah.
Speaking of electrolytes, where did this come from?
This came from, I shared it last night on our supporter live stream, but this bears repeating. Okay?
Where did this come from? Where
so
did we get
when I went with my mom last weekend on a little girls trip, we dropped the vlog on that today. So check it out. It was really fun.
Little clickbait of a title.
She was so cute. I just loved having her. She was like, "Oh my gosh," after we premiered the vlog, she was like, "I am so sorry. I did not wear any makeup. Like, that's terrible. And I'm like,
Can you believe Rachel's mom's in her 70s?
I was like, Mommy, it's not bad if we don't wear makeup. This is just our life, right? Sometimes we don't have makeup on, right? This is just us. So, but I thought she was cute as she could be. But when we got to the hotel, they gave us a little, like, thank you for staying here, which I thought was really nice. And it had, nothing we could utilize, but I appreciate the gesture. This was the gesture. So it had potato chips in it, it had cookies in it, and it had this in it. And of course, I tossed the cookies, I tossed the potato chips, but I keep this because I'm like, I'm sure that I could use this as a backup of a backup of a backup of a backup for electrolytes, right? If for some reason, somewhere, not in my purse, not in my car, I'm somewhere stranded and need electrolytes and I don't have my Element, Redmond, or Keto Chow drops with me, I could use this, right? Because it's free. I like free stuff. So it's liquid IV, which I've seen in all the big box stores. I've seen it in Walmart, and it looks very medicinal, right? Liquid IV.
I'm looking for that picture from yesterday.
That absolutely looks very medicinal to me. But listen to these ingredients when you're looking for electrolytes. Ingredients. First ingredient, pure cane sugar. Second ingredient, dextrose. Third ingredient, citric acid. Then you've got salt. So like, I mean, it's then potassium citrate, sodium citrate. I mean, I could go through the rest of them. Natural flavors, vitamin C. But then it says it's stevia leaf extract, but I don't even know why you're bothering adding stevia when you've got cane sugar and dextrose right up front. I mean, it's going to be sweet enough. So what's going to happen is people are going to drink this and be like, well, I did get a little pep in my step. It doesn't.
Of course you did. It's sugar.
It doesn't taste salty, right? Because that's a big thing. If people are not used to actual electrolytes, they're going to be like, it tastes salty. I don't want to taste that. I just want to taste a sweet, delicious beverage, right? Well, if it's doing a job, it should taste salty, right? It should taste like electrolytes. But this is probably not going to taste like electrolytes. And the pep in the step that it's going to give you is going to be sugar. That's what it's going to be. So be aware of this. Make sure that,
just because it says electrolytes doesn't mean it's good for you.
If you are getting your electrolytes from somewhere other than Element, Redmond, or Keto Chow, just take a look at the ingredients, all right? Just like an extra step, because we've been fooled by them before.
Speaking of ingredients, and then I want to get into the live stream, but last night I had a football game and we had a lightning delay for an hour. So the AD comes in and he was like, hey, who wants protein bars? I've got protein bars. Does anybody want one? These get supplied to the school for free. I've got tons of them.
To the school.
To the school for the students and for the football players.
Right.
Look at this. This is what they hand us.
A Gatorade.
Gatorade protein bar.
Protein bar.
13 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein, 41 total carbohydrates, 30 grams of it is sugar, including 29 grams of added sugar.
29 grams of added sugar.
And then I was talking to one of the officials. He's like, I don't know why I keep cramping up. I drink like 6 Gatorades. I'm like, because the Gatorade's making you cramp up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, make sure you're using good electrolytes.
We're not back on this, are we?
Huh?
Are we back on our regular screen?
Yeah, we're up there.
All right.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah. I get a little nervous, right?
Okay.
I just get nervous.
Let's jump into the live stream. We've got some questions here. Oh, if you have a question for us, go ahead and use the @sign, the little @sign, @2krazyketos, then put your question. That we're going to kind of look for those first. Or you can use the super chat function, which is the $sign that is in the chat window. You make a little donation to the channel, which we greatly appreciate. And that will highlight our screen and let us know you have a question.
Joanna said, just saw Rachel's mug. Isn't that Joe's mug? It absolutely is. I totally stole his mug because I just wanted like a single coffee and he wanted a little bit more coffee. And he was like, hey, that's my mug. Mm-hmm. I'm like, sorry, friends. He's like, no one's going to believe that because I'm the cheese fiend.
I know. Chrissy said hi from Brisbane, Australia.
Hey,
Finally watching a live. I have a day off.
Well,
That's awesome.
congratulations.
And
That's
welcome.
awesome. I hope it's restful.
Becca said I made Joe's egg loaf with maple waffle keto chow tonight. It is incredibly good. It is so good. Well, I'm going to make a standalone video. I guess people want a standalone video. So I'm going to make a standalone video.
I need to show you Miss Lynette's. Lynette made it this afternoon also, and let me tell you, it was gorgeous, friends.
It's so good.
But it was pretty too. It was really, really pretty.
I never said I made pretty food.
It was
I made
pretty.
Tasty food, but it's
Tasty,
never pretty.
and it was lovely.
Sandra said, I have my eggs out of cream cheese and butter. Can you get room temperature to try the egg? Hello, Joe. What is the size of the baking pan you use? I think it's like a standard 8x14, but honestly, you can use whatever size baking pan you want.
Yeah, just make sure that you're doing that, like the check with the knife to make sure that it's like
you can use, I've made it
done.
thin, I've made it thicker. You can use whatever size you want. But yeah, so as far as eggs, it's better. You don't have to have the eggs room temperature. That's not that big of a deal as much as the cream cheese and the butter. If you don't have room temperature cream cheese and butter, you're not going to get a nice creamy mixture. It's better if your eggs are room temperature because then it won't make the cream cheese and the butter cold again. So
Angie is here. Hi, Angie. How is work going? I think she has to work 7 days in a row, which is
really?
a lot. But Publix she says has pork ribs. Buy one get one. Speaking of pork, dinner was delicious. I have the meat sweats for real because it was. We had. I'll get it out. Smoke it like a brisket. Pork belly.
Except for I didn't smoke it today because I had diving students, so I threw it into the Anova on the sous vide setting, put it for 210 degrees on 100% humidity. So sous vide, 210 degrees. Let it go for as long as Rachel wanted to let it go. And I'm like, when you're ready to eat it crispy,
really nice.
Take some out, chop it up into pieces, throw it in your air fryer. How long? Till it's crispy.
Yeah.
Yep, because it's already cooked at that point.
I honestly put it through a couple of cycles because I want it extra crispy. I almost want it to the extent of like heading towards burnt on the outside, but the inside is like this liquefied fatty awesomeness, right? I just love it.
Yep. Jackie said, have we ever been to New Orleans? It's been a long time. Gonna leave early and spend a day there, but not sure of a good place to eat. Who you need to reach out to
Rhonda
is
Clark.
Rhonda Clark. Reach out to her because that's where she's from. Now, I did find out we're going to be going to New Orleans in November
We are.
for the DEMA conference, which is for diving. It's
That
like
sounds terrible.
It's for professionals
I thought
where
it
you
was
get
like-
to go in and see all of the different new gear and seminars.
It sounded
and
like
things
you said a demon conference.
Rachel's like, I'm coming, but I'm not going to the convention.
I
I'm
plan
just gonna
on
sightsee in New Orleans.
sightsee and do like tours in New Orleans. So let me know if there are some do not miss
Maybe you
things.
can hook up with Rhonda.
I would love
go out to eat with her or something.
that. I miss Rhonda. So
Yeah.
that'll be awesome. Yes.
Jackie, thanks for the $5
Jackie.
super chat. So the question is, it will get delivered before we leave for the cruise. I've been saving up to order the brownie bag. Depends on when you're leaving for the cruise. So if you order on Sunday, knowing Robert and
Yeah.
the way they work, that will be shipped out Monday morning.
Yeah.
Everything generally comes like within 2 days. They used to do priority mail. Now they use FedEx, I
With
believe.
that said,
but
it's Memorial
still-
Day on Monday.
So that means it'll go out Tuesday, which means the earliest it's probably going to get to you is Thursday. Like us, we're leaving at like 10 a.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
So
It's cutting it close.
I know when I order on a Sunday, it's usually at our house Wednesday or Thursday. So depends on when you're leaving. That's what I can say.
If you have somebody that can cruise by, like my mom will keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, we always have to call Rachel's mom because we're in Florida. And like, hey,
then-
go bring the keto bricks in the house.
Oh, JVR has a question. My wife and I are doing a partial carnivore lion diet. We've been eating sirloin, top round steaks, beef, and pasture-raised eggs. Any alternate foods you might suggest for the diet?
Okay, so if you're eating a carnivore, any kind of meat, we always tell people, like, the best meat to eat is any ruminant animal. So beef, lamb, elk, bison, venison, any ruminant animal. Chicken isn't bad, but the problem with chicken is you really want to get pasture-raised chicken, which is extremely expensive. I can't afford that.
Right.
You're talking about like $25 a bird.
Yeah.
If you can't, that's fine. You get what you can afford. But the real problem with chicken is it's very, very lean. The biggest issue that you can have on the carnivore diet is if you're eating things like you're eating sirloin and top round, those are very lean. You need to make sure you're getting in enough fats. Otherwise, you'll end up affecting your metabolism because you're not getting enough fat in. And then you may end up with slightly higher glucose because your body's going to start using the protein because it feels like it doesn't have enough fat. So that's the only thing I would say is make sure you're eating, if you are eating lean meats, like sirloin and top round steaks and things like that, make sure you're adding a bunch of butter in there. So if you're doing the lion diet would just be ruminant animals and salt. So that would not include chicken. It would not include eggs. But if you are good with eggs, you're fine. I mean, you're eating a really good, healthy carnivore diet.
You should remind everybody who is JVR in case they don't know.
That's right. So JVR Industries actually makes the vacuum seal, the chamber vac that we have that we absolutely love. As a matter of fact, it's time to do an oil change on it. That thing has been a game changer, especially when we make our carnivore crisps, because I can just put them in little zipper bags. In fact, I need to order more of those zipper bags. I pulled some out today on the dive boat, and the guy's like, "What?" Because I found out Hugh has been doing. No, we're good. Hugh has been doing keto. I found out.
Oh my gosh, does that make your heart so happy?
Yes,
oh my gracious.
So yeah,
I'm
absolutely
so proud of him.
Love our vacuum sealer from JVR. There's a link down below and a discount code for it.
So I saw Angie was asking, do you have any recommendations for insoles? Because you are on your feet a lot. Anything that you recommend as far as like, you know, insoles for your shoes? I will tell you.
I've tried every insole in the world and I don't think any of them work.
I think the best thing.
Get good shoes to begin with. Was
the Hoka shoes for us both.
Thank you, Sarah G.
Sarah G and Miriam had suggested them. And they were a game changer for both of us. One of the things
it's the only shoe I'll wear now.
That it really does for Joe too is he really needs a shoe that's gonna force his ankle forward because it almost provides like therapy for his feet.
I can rock a little bit.
And that is like the only shoe that we have found, because I know there's a lot of good quality walking and running shoes out there, but Hoka is just like next level, and there's just something different about it and the way that it helps.
And I will say, Hokas are not cheap. Go online, shop the sale. If you want to get Hokas, my suggestion is always go find a running store, go in, let them size you, tell you the best model that's for you because they're going to watch you walk. Then go on to Hoka.com and they'll have clearance ones. Like, here's last year's colors, last year's model.
And who cares?
And order that because it's a significant discount. But I will tell you, they last. I've tried every shoe in the world, from New Balance to we were doing Skechers. They were all falling apart, and these Hokas are just lasting.
I will tell you that is very important, I think, to get fitted for your shoes. Like Joe is saying, I thought, hey, I'm good. I'll be in the ballpark, but you don't even realize like how much your feet change even on keto. Like my feet went from being a size 11 when we started to like an 8.5 now, because again, my foot had like spread out to be able to probably, you know, deal with my weight, right? Like your foot is trying to accommodate what it was trying to carry around. So my foot has changed a lot over the years. And so I don't like to eyeball it. Like have a professional person at a running store take a look at your gait, because they're not just going to find the right size for you. They're going to find the right model for you. And then like Joe says, then once you have that, you can shop the deal. Same thing for a bra. I highly recommend that you get measured for undergarments. It's going to be a game changer.
I recently measured Rachel and I got it right.
You did.
Carrie said, I want to see the video so I can make the egg loaf. It's in today's vlog.
It is in today's vlog.
And it's basically the egg loaf video from years ago, but I added keto chat to it.
What does your shirt say?
Free shrugs.
Ah.
Okay, John.
Hey, John.
Maple waffle egg loaf is amazing as it sounds.
Yes,
it is. It is very, very good.
I think the thing that makes it the most amazing is how easy it is to make. And before I could even like leave my computer, Michelle was like, I am making that for Peyton. Like done.
Oh, it's
that
really
is a
good.
Done deal for Peyton, which was, I was like, oh.
YT, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Said evening 2KK family. Today is 144 days. Wow, of beef butter bacon egg. What are some nutrient-rich, low carbohydrate foods that are suitable for a ketovore diet to incorporate?
Great question.
You're already eating it. Meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Meat is the most nutrient-rich thing, especially ruminant animals, that you can possibly eat. Now, if you're looking for vegetables, stick with like cruciferous vegetables. So asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach if you want. Just be aware, if you've been 144 days of beef, butter, bacon, egg, take your time.
Yeah.
Have one. Wait 2 or 3 days. So have one, go back to beef, butter, bacon, egg, wait 2 or 3 days, and try something else. You're probably going to get some bloating. It doesn't mean your body can't handle them. It's just that your gut bacteria
you haven't used it
changed,
in a while.
So you're going to have to bring it in slowly.
I do also recommend eating some things to help like build up your gut bacteria. So like kimchi, fermented food, sauerkraut, that sort of thing. Some yogurt, make our yogurt. That's like an easy thing. I saw Heather Gift is here and she had to make a really hard decision, but I think she made the right one. She's actually postponing her knee replacement surgery because she needs to get her teeth fixed. So she had been asking me like, what were some things that you utilized when you were going through your teeth thing?
Keto chow, scrambled eggs, our egg pudding, which is keto chow and scrambled eggs.
You could probably do the egg loaf.
You could do the egg loaf. Yeah. Anything soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patty said, is grapefruit in the sample pack? No, it's a limited edition thing.
No, it's not.
I honestly...
I had it right here.
There was a sample pack here, but I think
I may have had absconded with it.
Yeah, so no,
Patty.
but it is not in there. I know that is not in there.
Mama... Oh, I have one back here.
Okay. So you want to see it?
Let's see. What
do we got in there?
What's in the pack? And this is like, a nice little extra that they give with any order,
It only comes if you use our link.
If you use our link.
It's not with every order. I don't want someone to come back and go, I didn't get it.
Well,
it only comes with our link.
Well, everybody's going to use our link, obviously, right?
Okay, so you get a mango chili, which is really good, like seasoning on chicken.
This is for seasoning for chicken.
Some people like to drink it. I don't. Lemon habanero, same thing.
Same thing.
An unflavored. Citrus.
I love citrus salt.
Orange. Raspberry salt, which is Michelle's favorite.
Yes.
And watermelon lime.
That's a really good one too. I like the orange salt too, but I got to tell you that like on the norm when we don't have enough grapefruit to share,
Joe hogs it.
Right, or Joe hogs it, then I usually reach for the citrus salt. This is what I add to cans of chicken. If I'm cooking up a chicken breast, you can sprinkle it on wings. We have added it to eggs, like scrambled eggs. It's really nice.
Okay, we have a lot of things here.
Okay.
Mama Cat said, I've noticed
Mama Cat.
companies changing ingredients without saying anything. I had an ice cream I occasionally enjoyed that changed from coconut milk to oat milk with no warning. Gotta read the label, always.
Seriously.
Absolutely. Companies change it all the time. Speaking of which, it was the Keto Crate video the other day.
Genius Gourmet.
Genius Gourmet. They did not change their ingredients. It's a different line.
Okay.
So they have the keto line, which is like the white label. And they have like the chocolate, and it's like my chocolate peanut butter or birthday cake. They have several flavors.
You know what my
and
question's
again, we are
gonna be?
not affiliated with them, but it's a different. It's still the other one is still low carb,
Why
but
is
it's
it in
not
the Keto Crate though?
because it's still low carb. It was still.
Why not put the other one in there?
They wanted something different. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about it, but again, just look at the ingredients. But
Right.
just because you're familiar with Genius Gourmet is my point, and kind of like what Mama Cat is saying. I know the company, but not everything from the company is the same. So don't go, oh, the ones I have at home are 7 carbs, and think that this one's 7 carbs because obviously it wasn't.
Oh,
it's still low carb, but
Phil can drink
not
the
bad.
spicy ones. Wow, because he's spicy.
Michelle,
That's awesome.
how are the perfect keto electrolytes flavors? Look yum. They're good. I prefer the other ones just because of the ratios and the amount of electrolytes I get in the other ones. But I really do like the black cherry perfect keto electrolyte.
Yeah, that's a taste thing.
And if you do want to get some, don't forget right now is the Memorial Day sale, which is going on, which I forgot to put the link in the description, but it is on Keto Be on the Couch from Monday. That sale is going on through Monday, and it is up to 40% off.
It's the second best sale behind Black Friday. But like, if you need something, I don't necessarily want to wait till November
Right.
to get it.
GL said, I'm a 6-year-old woman. I've lost 120 pounds on clean
Yay!
keto. When strict carnivore, no cheese or coffee. Well, cheese is carnivore. Let's just say that out there for people.
It's made from an animal.
You did strict carnivore, but the cheese is carnivore. A lot of people think cheese is not carnivore. Cheese is carnivore. So you're just not eating cheese.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing
Not at all.
I wish I could do no cheese. And I gained 25 pounds in 2 months. WTF. Now I've reduced protein and not fat. I don't know what else to do. 2 things could be electrolytes. Maybe you could be overeating. Or it could just be inflammation. Maybe you are not eating. It's not reducing protein, it's upping fat. People think that you have to lower protein to get more fat in. No, you just make sure you're getting 80 to 100 grams of protein a day and then increase your fat from there. Again, the problem that we can have on carnivore is we start eating very lean, especially if you like leaner meats.
Right.
So like Rachel loves ribeye, not a problem for her. Me, I want more of the leaner meat, so I got to make sure I'm adding in things like butter and stuff like that. So that's one thing you might want to do. Change up when you're eating.
Yes.
So there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can change up when you're eating. Make sure you're only eating a couple of meals a day. Don't eat 6 or 7 times a day.
Also, talk to me about your stress, your sleep, and your movement. Because a lot of times, there was 30 pounds in that for me. 30 pounds of loss. It was the stress, the sleep, and the movement. It wasn't the diet. It was everything else. It was like we say 80% is nutrition, 20% sleep, movement, and stress. And at some point, we have to deal with those other 3 things. We don't wanna, but it is definitely necessary. And we've seen, the more that we've studied like what's going on in our sleep, and we've had a lot of data collection with what's going on in our sleep. We've used a continuous ketone monitor. Now we're using a continuous glucose monitor. And you see a lot of stuff is going on during sleep time. It has just continues to like prove to me that I have to be a guard of my sleep.
I just can't wait for me to be able to replace my CGM because I have it in a bad position. It's like here, and I should have put it down more. And so because of that, I talked to them, and they said they'll send me a new one, but I'm just dealing with it. It's reading 20 points higher than a blood.
Oh, so you just
But
have
it's
to
really
adjust it.
annoying that when I look on here, it's saying that my average glucose is 100, but my average glucose is really 80. And that hurt. It's like,
You're not getting your blue dot?
I never want to see an extra large shirt again, ever.
Right.
Even if it's too small. So like it's saying 99, but it should be 79. But look at this spike when I went diving today.
Well, at least you didn't go so deep you messed it with it.
No, so it did work diving, 60 feet.
Good job.
So it did work having this plastic piece over
That
it.
really helped.
Yeah, so Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
What do you think about adding baking powder to the egg bread to give it some lift? It lifts fine because of the eggs. I don't know if baking powder would work. You can try. I haven't tried it.
Let us know if it works.
I haven't tried it. Joanna said, every day I eat my meat-heavy meal. I fall asleep after. Us too. Is this the thing?
Yes.
I've heard yes and no. Meat coma thoughts. Yeah, absolutely.
Protein.
It's protein.
Some people have, like, I have a reaction. If I eat, like, you know, a lot of protein in a sitting, we go to a Brazilian steakhouse, I get really cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Some people are like, well, I get the meat sweats. I get cold. I get really cold.
Rush, JVR Industries, FedEx screwed up my order. You guys handled it and reshipped it overnight. Great customer service.
Wow.
Obviously was not an advertisement for them. But
Right, yeah.
I researched chamber vacuums. I really wanted one. I spent a lot of time talking to our friend Steve over at Serious Keto. I really wanted one, and I researched and researched and researched and researched. And the 2 biggest reasons I went to JVR is, number one, it does retort. There are other ones that you can do retort, but they're not designed for retort. But the 2 things that I really liked is the fact that it's got the hose that allows you to seal mason jars outside,
Yeah.
or like I have the big canister thing, which is great when you want to do marinations and you've got the external canisters. So I love that fact, but then the customer service and the fact that when you call, you talk to a person. I tried calling some of the other companies It was computer after computer after computer. I spent a bunch of time talking to them. And then the other thing about it is completely serviceable. Like
Right.
2 screws, open it up, and you can get to everything. And that's why I love them. I mean, but I've had nothing but amazing experience with them.
And I have eaten delicious food as a result of their services.
John said, Rachel, your mom looked amazing in today's
Aw,
video. I
thank
left a
you.
comment asking why you kept referring to your sister
Oh,
as your mom.
John, you are going to make her day. I'm going to have to tell her that you said that. She will be tickled that you said that. Thank you.
JVR, oh, we read that one already. Let's see. Carrie said, I tried to get the magnesium drops from Keto Chow and UPS didn't scan the product, so not sure if I will get it. I'm not, if not, what is the magnesium that I should take when I sleep?
That I would wait and get that.
I'm sure that it will show up. Sometimes that's a post office thing. Sometimes they just forget to scan it, but it will show up.
I was gonna say, and check with Keto Chow. Reach out to them and see. They may have like the tracking number on that order.
Debbie said, I might have to order Keto Brick and maybe the Element Grapefruit and ask to ship to my son's house until I get home, leaving early Thursday morning.
I can't wait to see you.
Connie said, for New Orleans, boiled seafood and grilled oysters.
Yes.
Wagos is the best for oysters. Deanie's for boiled seafood.
Oh, Connie, thank you. I love that. Oh my gosh, seafood. That is definitely something that I'm looking forward to on the cruise as well. I mean, I have just been, I'm sorry, but I've really been pushing the seafood in your life, haven't I?
That's fine. I was supposed to fun dive tomorrow to try to get you some lionfish, but now I'm doing a guide, so I don't think...
Are you enjoying that?
I am enjoying it, but so I don't think I'm going to be able to get any lionfish because I got a guide and they're newer divers.
I'm going to go and see
you're
Michelle,
going to hang out with the baby.
John Paul, and Peyton. So instead of seafood, I'm going to have Peyton hug, so it'll be fine.
John said, doing a revised version of beef butter bacon egg for 3 weeks using Keto Chow with butter as my lunch.
Okay.
Usually having steak and eggs and bacon for dinner. And I was wondering if maybe I'm not eating enough. 0 pounds lost.
Now, first of all, it's important to remember that triple B&E is not for losing weight. It is an elimination diet designed for you to find out when are you authentically hungry and when are you authentically full. It eliminates a lot of stuff that maybe is bingeable. Mm-hmm. And really, it is like a 90-day challenge to eliminate all the stuff that maybe, if you're like, Joe, we're joking with about the cheese, or maybe with me, it's like the nuts, to get rid of that. Definitely, it's something that you can experiment with if you want to see, like, am I eating enough in the day? Because definitely you can undereat your calories like I did and calorie restrict in such a way that, like, you actually hurt your metabolism, right? So, I mean, it's something I would investigate.
Yep. So I couldn't tell you if you're not eating enough because I don't know how much you're eating. But if we've been doing a long-term diet, long-term trying to lose weight, restricting, what you may need to do is take a break and just eat. And what you want to do is, for a couple of weeks or even just a week, track how much you're eating. If you're not losing but you're not gaining, eat there for a couple of days, maybe even every week slightly increase the amount. Do that for about 4 to 6 weeks, then stay up at that higher amount that you're eating, and then start lowering it down, but just a little bit. But if you're doing beef, butter, bacon, and egg, and truly sticking to it, just eating a couple of times a day, even if you're having a Keto Chow, and you're only eating a couple meals a day, remember, it's about weight optimization and body recomposition. So your body may just be doing some other healing, but you also have to look at electrolytes. You have to look at your sleep. You have to look at your stress.
Take measurements too, because if you see back when we did it for 45 days, I did not lose 1 pound on beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, but I went down considerably size-wise. So there was a lot of like body recomposition going on. So make sure that you're not just using the scale, which you should probably just stay off the scale during triple B&E. That's usually what we recommend, just so that you like trust the process, because you're trying to find out when are you authentically hungry and when are you authentically full?
John said that we missed a super chat from Shauna.
Oh, okay. And if
It
you...
didn't show me it.
Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, wait, something.
There it is.
Hey!
Shauna.
Sorry about that. But
I'm sorry.
But again, if you don't authentically figure out, like, you know, when you're hungry, when you're full, you may eat to that scale and, like, not really, you know what I mean?
Oh, it wasn't a
shot.
super chat. It's because she's a member for 19 months. So
Thanks for being a member for 19 months.
Have you flown with Keto Bricks in a carry-on or suitcase? Yes, I have. And here's what I will tell you. Almost every time I've had one in my backpack, the bag has gotten pulled.
Right.
Because it looks like a bomb. Now, it's not a big deal. I mean, so literally, it goes through. I don't know what this is because it's the packaging it's in. It's the shape that it's in. I don't know what this is. Almost every time they've run it through again, I still don't know what this is. Open it up. They see it and close it back up.
Right.
It happened coming home from Austin, and it happened coming home from...
I want to say Texas did it too.
No, well, that was Austin.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Utah. It happened in Utah. I think going out to Utah, it happened. So, yes, it is fine. They're not going to take it away from you, but there's a chance, depending on who is watching this scanner, that they're like, it looks like a piece of plastic explosive.
Well, or it looks like an actual brick. Like, are you bringing this
Right.
on there as like a heavy brick?
But they
that's
will
like
let
a
it
weapon,
through.
right?
I'm just letting you know, it may flag it where they're going to open your bag. I still do because I always bring one in case I want to eat on the plane.
Yeah.
So I always have one with me. Marley,
Hey, Marley.
what is the best flavor of element between watermelon salt and raspberry salt?
Watermelon.
That's a personal opinion. I'm going to tell you watermelon salt.
Michelle's going to say
Michelle's
raspberry.
going to tell you raspberry.
Watermelon.
I tried to bring some to Hugh, and I'm like, what flavor do you want? And he was like, anything but watermelon. I'm still trying to get through the watermelon I have. Taste is super subjective.
It really
Watermelon is one of my favorite, although I like Redmond Relight watermelon better than I like
do too.
Element. So, and that's why we buy them both. Jazzy, is the grapefruit element bitter or sweet?
Sweet. Yeah.
I would say it's like eating a pink grapefruit.
Yes, it is. It is like a pink grapefruit.
GL, thank you for your answer. Doing everything to improve sleep, blue blockers, tape mouth at night. 80 grams of protein, now rest is fat. Quit cheese to see how I do. 45 belly not budging.
Okay.
Make sure when you are sleeping, you're getting a good rest sleep. Maybe change your eating time a little bit. Here's the thing about people don't understand, and I know I didn't understand for a long time what sleep. Just having like an hour or so of not good sleep can lead to insulin resistance.
And 80 grams of protein.
That's the minimum.
Yeah,
you're good there.
but that's like a minimum amount to me.
Yeah. Again, how much fat are you
and
eating?
how much fat? Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you have to look at.
Yeah. Like what's an average day for you? Like how much food are you eating?
Let's see. Melissa, what is Keto Brains that you talk about putting in your coffee?
It is a coffee creamer. We actually interviewed them when we were in Austin at KetoCon. If you want to check out that video, just like Two Crazy Ketos and Keto Brains, it's spelled with a Z, BRAINZ. There should be a link in the description of this video or one of them, but it is excellent. What I really like about it is I get up very early in the morning. I am up and studying by 5 a.m. And so what I noticed was, and I think if you're getting started on keto, you may have noticed this too, that you get a lot of like energy and mental clarity, but there is a difference between having a lot of energy in the morning and being like a hamster on a wheel where you're just spinning and spinning and not getting anything done, and it's not focused energy. It's just like a lot of energy. To me, it's like reminds me of like, what was it? It was Cyclops, the one that was like from X-Men, and because he's able to like put on the goggles, he can like channel this stream of energy. And so I feel like Keto Brains just really helps me channel the energy. It's like focuses the focus, so that I just get a better studying time in the morning. I just feel really good, productive. It doesn't give me the jitters at all. It doesn't have a strong taste to it. It has a very mild, like coconut aftertaste to it, but not terrible. It's got a sweetness, but like I have found that, and I was somebody that always liked my coffee light and sweet, that I don't need sweetener in that first morning cup of coffee. So to me, and I don't know if there's other coffee drinkers here that feel the same way I do, but my first cup of coffee for the day needs to really be delicious, like really be amazing. And so my motto is we don't mess with the first cup of coffee. So once I find something that like really, really works, and this Keto Brains really works for me. So that's why it's like, it's in every first cup of coffee in the morning. It's not something I have in every cup of coffee. And you know, the rest of the day I'm content to drink it black if need be. But my first cup of coffee always has Keto Brains in it.
Paul, I'm prescribed an antibiotic for a UTI and I'm worried about taking it, but I want to be better before the low carb cruise. Any suggestions?
Take it. Take it. Yeah, don't mess with the UTI. It can get like so much worse.
Listen, I avoid medications. Like I'll get a cold and Rachel's like, "Do you want cold medicine?" No, I don't. I'll just let my body heal itself, because a lot of those kind of medications, like cough medicines and things like that, they are not fixing the cold. They're just making me feel better, and I'll just be miserable and let my body do the work. This is an antibiotic. That's going to help you. Yeah. If you need an antibiotic, take it.
Well, and you think about like what you want most when you get on the cruise is to feel good and to enjoy that cruise. And if you're dealing with a UTI, like that was something that I got all the time. I used to, it's miserable. It is miserable. It's like hard to even like enjoy the moment because it's just very uncomfortable. So I hope you feel better soon.
Jason said, if you get the spicy element, don't breathe when you open them.
Oh, you are so right about that. That is true.
Jazzy said, I drank the mango chili when I'm craving a mixed drink. Every once in a while, I'll add an ounce of tequila to it.
What a good idea for kind of like a mocktail that would be like a Bloody Mary type of leaning. I like that idea. Boy, Jazzy. You just came up with a jazzy idea. I'm going to have to try that. That's neat.
Joanna said, I can't believe how keto has changed my eating habits. I now eat all the beef fat, all the beef grizzly.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I didn't eat beef before keto.
Right.
So
I was
a chicken person because that's how I was raised. Sabrina.
Hey, Sabrina.
Question, we made beef heart steaks the other night, and we really liked them. Bert, because he looks like Burt Reynolds, is wondering if you think it would cook up good in an air fryer. Yes, it would.
It would. I just love you guys. Oh, my gracious.
If you want to know about cooking a steak in an air fryer, go get a hold of Shauna there.
Shauna.
She's an expert at it.
She is air frying auntie.
Angie said, if I eat fat after a late shift, 11:30, I fall asleep, and then an hour later, I'm wide awake and full of energy. Happens to me, too. That's why I try not to eat a bunch of fat late at night.
Yeah. Even though I want it. But I will tell you that, like, a lot of times for me, if I eat very protein rich, that puts me right to sleep. That just, like, if I have, like, you know, some chicken or something like that, or shrimp or something that's just very, like, high in protein, it knocks me out.
Let's see. GL said, thank you for the answer. Doing everything to improve sleep, blue blockers, tape. Oh,
you mentioned that
one. It just... I don't know why it was up on the other side. Marley, looking for some keto cereal options for mix-ins for my Protein Ninja Creamy. What are your favorite keto cereals?
That 7 Sundays was
The 7 Sundays, though, some people really gave me a hard time because it has bananas and strawberries in it.
That's it.
It's little tiny pieces and it's low carb. And bottom line is, people felt that it wasn't keto because there were some dried bananas in there.
It was a whole.
They're not going to like a video that's coming out next week when we're testing to see whether or not Good Idea actually lowers your glucose when we eat fruit. Dr. Berry will tell you the proper human diet consists of meat, mostly meat, but meat, vegetables, and fruit, keeping your total carbohydrates anywhere between 5 total carbs and 100 total carbs, depending on where your metabolic flexibility is. What does that mean? Our daughter Michelle, she could eat 100 total carbs a day and still be in ketosis.
Yeah.
Me, not so much.
Right.
Why? She's much more metabolically flexible. She's 30 years old. She just had a baby. She's into CrossFit. She was a CrossFit trainer. She's never been morbidly obese like we were, so she can do that. I can't. So I have to eat lower carbohydrates. So I like the 7 Sundays because
But
it's super clean with no sweeteners
make
at all.
sure though that it's the one that's got keto on it, because there are other ones
Yes.
in that line, in that same product line, that is like not as keto friendly.
Yep.
There was another one.
There's the other one that I can't think of the name of it. Somebody could probably, we get that one from Sam's Club, Costco, all
It's
them too. It's like a granola.
Yeah, it's a keto.
Ratio, not the flaked cereal. It looks like Raisin Bran, but Ratio has a granola.
Yes, that's
That
very
is
good.
really good. Don't get the box Ratio cereal. That's garbage. It's got weed in it.
Nutrail.
No.
This
Oh
one.
yeah, that one. So
It looks,
just,
I don't know if you can see that, but it's called Nutrail. Nutrail.
it says keto nut granola.
And they come in different flavors. They have a birthday cake one that's really good.
Yep.
And this one here is cinnamon pecan.
And
That's
then
more like
if you
breakfasty.
want a regular cereal, keto-friendly cereal, the cleanest one out there is Magic Spoon.
Yeah.
Okay, Magic Spoon.
Sprouts
Magic
has
Spoon
it.
has actually asked us if we wanted to work with them, and the only reason we decided not to is because we don't really eat cereal. And so we will only want to be affiliate marketing partners
With something we
or work with
use.
companies with products that we use all the time. With that being said, they have the cleanest cereal out there.
Yeah.
Theirs is absolutely the cleanest cereal. The big ones that I would stay away from is like the one that they sell in Walmart, like Wonder something.
Yeah.
And then the one that I think is not very good clean ingredients, it's a science project, is Catalina Crunch.
Catalina Crunch. It's hard too. I mean, Perfect Keto has a cereal and it's like, it's tasty, but it's
hard as a rock.
It's really hard. So like, and when you add it to something cold, it can make it harder. And so then I'm a little bit worried about Joe's teeth with it. So we usually lean more towards the nuts. And somebody was asking us in the premiere of the vlog earlier if we make our own granola, and we have made our own granola,
It's too expensive.
but based on just a mixture of like seeds, little different seeds, because that's really what it is, right? It's like pecans, and there'll be like almond slivers and like pumpkin seeds, maybe some sunflower seeds, all mixed together. So you could curate your own by just putting those things together.
Shauna said TSA flagged my coffee beans and cheese curds once, saying the cheese he might have to do an eat test.
Aw, how cute is that? You know who gets stopped every time is Keto Chow when they're going to a conference, because you can't travel with 14 suitcases of white powder and not get stopped, right? Like, they have got to budget extra for the airport.
Gina said, do you think Element will ever have the chocolate caramel and its own box? I don't like the chocolate mint, and I feel like I'm wasting money when I buy the Melody box. Well, they don't have it at all right now. I would love to see that.
Me too.
I have no pull with them. The only communication we really have with them is through email. When, hey, this product is coming out. I would love to see that.
Me
I have
too.
told them that. But
it's what it did is it came out during like the holiday season.
Right.
And so I did find myself actually, because
I asked her for a caramel one the other day and she's like, there are none. She opened up every box, took all the caramels, and now all we have is chocolate and chocolate mint.
We have chocolate and chocolate mint. But when it was like time for, I was guilty of this, that I was stuffing like chocolate mint element into everybody's stockings. Because I was like, I was spreading the love out. Because I was like, I want the chocolate, I want the caramel, and like, here, I'm gifting everyone with electrolytes, but like, only the ones that mommy's not gonna to eat as much or drink as much.
Sandra, as a type 1 diabetic and having to take insulin before meals at night, I have gained weight. I haven't changed what I've eaten or my exercise routine. It's the insulin. How can I lose extra weight? Well, yeah, if you're gaining weight, it means because you have insulin, because insulin's a fat storing hormone. It's one of the reasons that many times type 1 diabetics who are undiagnosed and not giving themselves insulin, they don't even know they're sick because they're super skinny, because they're not gaining weight.
Right.
And that's because they're missing the fat storing hormone. Again, we are not doctors, nurses, or health professionals. What I would do is consult your physician, maybe even reach out to Dr. Barry if you're a member of Dr. Barry's private community, and say, what do you think? You could be overdosing. It could be that you're eating too many times in the day, maybe changing that up. Again, if you're not getting enough sleep, sleep can lead to insulin resistance. So even though you're a type 1 diabetic, you could end up with some insulin resistance. I don't know if Paul is still in here.
Defense Wiz.
Yeah,
I saw
but
him.
you might even want to try to private message him because I know he's also a type 1 diabetic. Maybe he can help you out with a little bit. But it's not something, as we're not doctors, so it'd be hard to say. But those are some of the things. Obviously, if it is the insulin that is making you gain weight, but as far as how much you need, I would definitely consult a physician with that.
Yeah.
Debbie said, thanks for talking about the magnesium. I'm cramping from a workout tonight, so I just took some. So I'm hoping it stops before bed. Is it necessary to eat protein after a workout? Not necessarily. If you're cramping and you're walking around, it's probably not magnesium. It's probably potassium. So generally, leg cramps at night when you're just laying in bed and not doing anything, that's magnesium. But if you're getting cramps while you're up, you're out, you're walking around, diving,
that's what
kids
the kids
playing
are
football
getting.
games,
Yeah.
like right now you're seeing it constantly, like with our spring games and it's been hot out, that's potassium. So I would make sure you're getting on your potassium. But do you need to eat protein right after a workout? No. It's up to you.
Oh, the newest diver is in the house. Congratulations,
Sarah, congratulations
Sarah.
on becoming an open water diver. What is the best place to shop for scuba gear? Your local dive shop.
Yeah.
Please don't buy it online. As someone who is now affiliated with a dive shop, if you come down here, you can come to our dive shop. But no, so your local dive shop. If you want to know what gear to get, call me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what gear to get. I think it's interesting with scuba diving. So scuba diving, again, one of the sports where if you screw up too much, and scuba diving is super safe. For anybody who thinks it's not, it's super safe. More people die from jogging than scuba diving. It's safe so long as you follow the rules.
Right.
Cave diving is super safe so long as you follow the 5 golden rules. Most people who die cave diving because they're not qualified, certified, or trained to dive in a cave. But it's one of the few sports where the end result of not doing it right is death. And people are like, what is the cheapest thing I can buy?
Right.
Right? Like, what is the cheapest regulator? I mean, your life support
oxygen.
System underwater.
Right.
Gas, not oxygen.
I know. I'm going to call it that. I know. This is what I have to live with.
What is the cheapest regulator I could buy? That is your life support, and you want the cheapest piece of 25-year-old garbage you could buy. No. You don't need the most expensive, but you don't want to buy the cheapest. Do you think any skydiver goes into a parachute store and goes, what is the cheapest parachute I can buy? So I'd be happy to help you out, Sarah, let you know what I think are some good things to get. But you want to go to your local dive shop. That is the best thing. You want to find brands that are easily serviceable everywhere. Like, don't buy Genesis and stuff because there's not as many shops if you need to, get it serviced. Online is nice, but here's the thing about scuba gear anyway. It's all price fixed. So you're not going to find a better deal generally online because it's all price fixed.
It's like buying an iPhone.
For years, you weren't allowed to buy any of it online, and then I think at some point the gear manufacturers is like, we're fed up, but what we're going to do is we're going to price fix it. So everybody's got to sell it for the same price. The only time you find a little deal is you'll get something like scuba.com where they'll be like, hey, your first purchase when you sign up for our mailing list, we'll give you 10% off. But no matter where I go, I can go to a local dive store, I can go to online, or I can go to Amazon. You're going to see it for the same price. And if it's a cheaper price, you want to look and see where it's coming from.
Radical Geek looks at Joe in bike helmet safety. Yeah, that's probably another area where people look for, like, what is the cheapest thing? Yeah. But it's like, that's super important. You're going to need it. If you ever need your helmet, then you're going to need your helmet, right? It's going to be super important.
Rachel is like one of the cheapest people alive. When I was buying her regulator,
I said, I'm upgrading you.
It's one of the only times I've heard her say, why are you spending an extra $200? No, she was like, yes, absolutely spend the extra $200.
I was like, I'm worth it because it's it is air.
It is gas.
Okay.
It is gas.
You know, you have to live with me after this live stream.
Annette.
Hey, Annette.
When I first started drinking coffee, I needed creamer and stevia. Now I'm almost at a black level.
This close.
Yep, this close. I also buy very good coffee
beans. No mold. I'm
That's
telling you,
awesome.
that's a big difference. I mean, I love coffee so much. I am completely fine to drink even like the stick coffee. Like I just love coffee so much. But like I remember the first time I was able to drink a black cup of coffee, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
GL, I was eating a minimum of 140 grams of protein, maybe a little bit too much, but the weight kept piling on. Because again, are you monitoring your glucose? That's something that you need to take a look at. Where is your glucose level? Where are your ketone levels? Although we're not big into checking, this is where you might want to check things, especially glucose. Is your glucose always high? Whereas lowering that and increasing the fat a little bit, yeah. So if 140 grams, I'd probably want to get more down to 100. You're eating about 2,000 calories a day, but again, how long have you been dieting? How much do you currently weigh? So, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of things you have to look at. You know, it's something that we can work with you on coaching a little bit. But, you have to look at a lot. 2,000 calories may be too much based on your frame and how long you've been dieting.
Lynette is here. Hi, Lynette. We get to see you soon. 10 days.
Yep.
We are 10 days away from a cruise, yo.
Nurse Feel Good. Prayers for my dog. I posted about him on Facebook. He's sick,
no.
not eating, losing weight. I can't breathe, and the vet won't even give us anything to help his breathing because it could make something worse.
I feel like we need a second opinion. Is there another vet local to you that you could talk to? Because that seems crazy.
Jazzy, have you ever tried pork belly dipped into keto maple syrup?
Ooh,
it's
no.
absolutely delicious. Had some for breakfast.
Oh,
we have one bottle of that goodies left.
I may have to abscond with Joe's pork belly for the evening.
Are you going to eat my dinner? Radical Geek, Magic Spoon is cleaner than Schoolyard Snacks. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Schoolyard Snacks
reformulated some of their stuff.
I looked up some old boxes that we have in the house, and they've reformulated. I mean,
the cheese doodles,
the cheese puffs. They were much cleaner before.
That's the thing. And here's another pro tip. You want to always look at the entire product line, as we said. So if you've come to learn, even in tomato sauce, you find a tomato sauce and you're like, I count on this tomato sauce to be really good. Every once in a while, just check it and make sure that they didn't switch it out in a new year for, less great, ingredients. You also want to look at serving size, because sometimes I see a bait and switch with that, where you're like, I'm confident that, every single bag is supposed to be 2 servings, and then all of a sudden they make it 3 servings. And so I budget according to serving size, right? I see that a lot of times with tomato sauce as well, right? Where one tomato sauce, one flavor will be half a cup as a serving, and then in the same product line, it'll be a fourth a cup as a serving.
Right.
So it's just make sure that you're taking a look at all those things.
Susan, 2024 KetoCon that was just in Austin has been rebranded called Hack Your Health. Is it the same conference? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Kathy said, buy your scuba gear from a local dive shop, support local, and will usually get better prices on servicing, and they will custom fit you. Yeah, so
that's true.
I can tell you, for example, the shop that I'm working with, we do is for example, you come in, if you buy your gear from us, we hook you up with some free tank rentals for the year. If you buy a tank from us, then you get free air for a year. Now, if you look at somebody like me who is diving a couple times a week, that adds up. Also, faster service. If there is a problem, free service on your stuff. Whereas if you buy it online, not so much. So, it's more personalized. You're not going to spend any more money. If you buy a big package, sometimes you can get a couple things thrown in. For example, when we bought our stuff, You know, there's not a lot of wiggle room on the actual gear, and they're not allowed to lower things. But unless sometimes if you're a student, they'll do like 10% off or something like that. But where they can help you out on is like weights,
Right.
your SMB,
A dive.
and do stuff like that, and you know, discount on a boat trip. But just buying local is always going to be better. You're going to get more personalized service. And when you have a problem, so for example, let's say you buy your regulator and you have a problem, you can take it in. Hey, I'm having a problem. I'm going on a dive tomorrow. Okay, no problem. Here, borrow mine.
Right.
You know, and they'll. But if you just coming in from out of nowhere, they're gonna be like, I don't even know you. It's like when you buy a car. Try to take your car back to the place where you bought it to get it serviced. You're probably that person that bought a car from that place is going to get better service than the person who bought it somewhere else and comes in. They care more. It may not be right, but that's what happens.
Matreya says, yeah, Catalina Crunch has horrible ingredients, but my familia loves it. And hey,
But it's better than regular cereal.
That's what I was about to say. It's better than getting them like straight up Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
but
that's why I highlighted that one.
But it isn't, and I gotta say, it's pretty hard too, right? Like it's another one of those cereals that if I'm gonna add cold to that cereal, like now it's really crunchy. If I'm gonna put it in ice
like
cream.
they even make like a trail mix that they say it's keto. It's not the greatest ingredients, but would I give it to my kids? Absolutely. Why? Is it better than Chex Mix? Absolutely.
You know what else I've liked that we have? I thought we had some.
We have so
here.
much stuff back there that
But
we bought to review and then we don't.
Fox Hill Kitchen.
Yes.
They make a like crumbs that are like a cinnamon crisps. They make Fox Hill Kitchens is another one that you can buy bags of. I'm gonna grab it before I forget.
Well, we're getting off, Rachel.
I know. Well, go ahead and
James, Greek yogurt, 0 fat, 6 carbs, 17 protein in a cup. Yes or no on keto? Well, not 0 fat. You want full fat yogurt, or at minimum like lower fat. But don't eat 0 fat. You need the fat. Please stop demonizing fat. Fat is really, really, really important. It's not bad. What I would say is make your own, because then you can get it down to 1 or 2 carbs. We have several recipe videos. If you have an Instant Pot that has a yogurt setting, and if you don't, it's worth the $50 that it's going to cost you to buy one. You need 2 ingredients: Fairlife milk. And you can either buy yogurt cultures on Amazon, or you can go the easy way and buy a little tiny cup of Fage yogurt. Doesn't matter what fat percentage. You put 2 spoons of that in there. Again, we have several videos. And in 8 to 10 hours, you have yogurt, and then you strain it, and it works out to be less than 1 carb per serving.
Right. This is what I was talking about. This one's really tasty too. The Fox Hill Kitchens has like a gluten-free keto line of what they call crisps that they make. And they're really good. And they have a cinnamon one that I think would be good as like a topping.
So Juju's trying to correct me. She said it's free gas for the year, not air. No, we actually do free air. When I say gas, because gas could be you're diving helium, you could dive nitrox, or you could dive air. We don't do free nitrox. We do free air. Because nitrox is adding oxygen.
I saw Rush said that
oxygen is expensive.
too. You mean free?
Free gas.
Free gas.
Yeah. Overall, when you're saying, "Hey, we're talking about the gas you're breathing," what gas are you breathing? Well, you could be dealing a trimix, including helium. I can't afford to dive that. That's like $100-something per dive. Or it could be nitrox where it's added oxygen. I dive nitrox.
There is no Fairlife milk in Canada. Is that unpasteurized or something?
It is a ultra filtered milk that's 50% less sugar. I know there is a brand up there. I cannot remember the name of the brand. Off the top of my head.
Reach out if you are in Canada. Reach out to Switch Grocery.
Ask her; she can help you.
And she will. I know she's on Instagram too,
Yep.
so you can message them.
TJ, what is the latest with Joe's teeth? Joe needs 4 implants that he has made the decision he doesn't want to do right now.
We're not doing anything near this cruise.
We're not doing anything near the cruise.
I am going on this year's cruise.
So I need 4 implants up on the top. I just don't really want to spend $15,000 right now. I already spent $30,000 last year. On my teeth.
We enjoy electricity.
And our electricity is over $500 now. And it's not even summer.
We enjoy like air conditioning.
So For me, I have worn removable dentures for 15 years. It doesn't bother me. They're never going away on the bottom. Eventually, I'll do the top ones, but right now, I don't want to do them. I don't want to spend the money. I'm perfectly happy with. I may get a new set of removable dentures on the top that are actually made now that everything. These were made like before they even pulled the teeth. So it doesn't fit as perfect as it could. Also, sorry, right now I'm kind of really enjoying diving and I'm becoming an instructor, and
That takes you out.
That takes me out for a minimum of 6 months of diving. So maybe during the winter, but I'm not going to do it during the summer. And I'm certainly not doing it before the cruise or before any of the conferences. So the earliest I would do anything would be after all of the conferences. And right now, the last conference we will be attending is Keto-palooza in October. So
Thanks for asking.
But thank you for asking. John.
Hey.
I was trying to change things up because I have been in a stall and hoping to get things moving again. Try not to look at the scale, but was curious after 3 weeks. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
3 weeks really isn't a stall, though. John, send me an email.
Yeah.
Send us an email.
Yeah, you and Joe could chat.
Yeah, Joanna said my brother's going through getting his teeth pulled and getting implants. I'm feeling for him. Remembering you, Joe.
Thank you, Joanna.
Okay. Maitreya said Joya has ultra filtered milk in Canada.
Great
Thank you
tip.
very much.
Yeah, so look for that because I'm telling you, once you make your own yogurt, like you'll never want to buy yogurt again because it's so delicious and it's super, super easy.
It's so easy.
You're going to feel like a rock star because it's just so easy to make.
Okay, we're going to get off, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We have made the decision that Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And because it's Memorial Day, I'm just reading the thing about ultra pasteurized. I believe it is ultra pasteurized, but I don't remember. Because Monday is Memorial Day, that means everybody's home. Everybody home being in the neighborhood tends to mean internet's not as good because everybody's using internet because Comcast stinks.
So we're not going to risk it.
I do not want to risk having a bad live stream. So we are going to pre-record Keto Beyond the Couch for Monday, and then Rachel is going to premiere it.
I'll be in the chat.
So we're going to do that to let you guys know. So no live stream on Monday, but we will be back next Thursday. And then Friday we leave for the cruise. We'll see how the week goes and what else is going on.
I hope you guys are ready for hugs. 7 days of hugging.
Teresa said, are you guys going to Las Vegas? Right now, I would say we are 75% not going.
Yeah.
Yes, we are scheduled to speak, but we still have not heard from the organizer. That's number one. Number two, it will be a very expensive conference for us to attend. Most people think that, hey, we go to these conferences and we get paid. We don't. We got to pay our flight out there. We got to pay for our hotel room. The only thing they give us is you don't have to pay to get into the conference.
Right, like the ticket to speak.
We don't get paid to speak, and they don't pay for a hotel room. So that Vegas conference between two people with flights and then the hotel room, it will be a couple grand without even eating.
That's what we paid.
The flights are like $1,100 for the two of us.
Last year it was several $1,000s. So
So
it's a lot.
And the problem the other problem for us with Las Vegas is it is literally right before Keto-palooza. And I think we're driving to Keto-palooza, so we would get home Sunday night or even Monday morning and have to turn around and get in our car on Wednesday to drive to Kentucky. And that's just a lot.
It's a lot
for us. So as of right now, we're probably 75% sure we are not going to Vegas. But again, I haven't even heard from the organizer. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We got a couple of videos coming out over the weekend, and we'll check in with you guys next week during the premiere for Keto Beyond the Couch.
Yay!
Have a good night.
We love you.